Well, here's a heart-stopping fact. Every 90 minutes, a Kiwi dies from a heart disease. Almost 1 in 3 deaths is caused by cardiovascular disease in New Zealand. Champion marathon runner Marie Rajpal was close to becoming one of those statistics. Her heart suddenly stopped in a marathon last year. But it was the quick actions of 2 men running behind her that saved her life. Here's national correspondent Amanda Gillies with this Because It Matters story.
How close were you to death?
Pretty close. They were surprised that I made it. There was a very small percentage that I would wake up. There was an even smaller percentage that I would wake up and be cognitively okay. And then an even smaller percentage that I was going to leave hospital.
But it's at her home that we meet Marie Rajpal. She's a picture of health, a far cry from nearly a year ago. It was the morning of May 14, 2021. She, along with 8,000 others, had just started the Hawke's Bay Marathon. A champion runner, she was feeling good, fit, fast, in the prime of her life. But about 2 k's in, she suddenly felt faint, so pulled over.
I paused my watch, as you naturally do, and then it just went black.
She'd gone into sudden cardiac arrest. Her heart had stopped, but she was about to have an incredibly lucky break. Running right behind her was a cardiologist and an orthopaedic surgeon who immediately began CPR.
It's just so fortunate because it just minimised the oxygen deprivation to my brain. When you're doing CPR correctly, it is hard work. I think I ended up with maybe 6 broken ribs and my sternum cracked in half, which was painful further down the track, but it was just signs that the CPR had been done correctly.
A defibrillator shocked her heart back to normal rhythm, and then she was raced to hospital, but that ambulance trip was touch and go. She was continually flatlining. Her husband, also a doctor, and her race support crew was following right behind. He knew it wasn't good.
My husband was calling family to come and say goodbye, essentially. Yeah.
But incredibly, against the odds, Marie pulled through. No side effects, brain function perfect. But she did have a life-saving device inserted near her heart.
It monitors my heart rhythm. The moment it goes out of whack, it will shock me back. It also has a pacemaker in there as well, which will pace my heart out of any strange rhythms.
She tells her kids she's Iron Woman. She knows she's one of the lucky ones. St John research shows there's a 13% chance of survival following cardiac arrest outside of hospital. And for every minute that goes by without CPR or using a defibrillator, that chance of survival drops by 10 to 15%. And here are some more startling facts. 170,000 Kiwis are living with a heart disease right now. Almost 1 in 3 deaths is caused by cardiovascular disease, and every 90 minutes a Kiwi dies from a heart disease. So, to give that context, every night from the start of our 6 p.m. news...
Tēnā tātou katoa, good evening.
...until the end of the project...
See you tomorrow night, good night.
Heart disease will have claimed another Kiwi life. Doctors believe Marie's heart condition dates back to a viral infection when she was a teenager and it caused her heart to scar. But it took another 15 years for it to cause a serious problem, thanks to a mixture of anxiety, caffeine, sugar and nerves on race day.
And my heart's electrical pathways got in a bit of a pickle and it's just stopped beating.
She's kept reminders of her ordeal, her watch paused at the time she collapsed, the running clothes torn from her body, and a photo of the thank you note written by her kids to the doctors who saved her life. Amanda Gillies, News Hub.